Picture a machine that can hide behind a tree line, suddenly rear its head, and unleash a volley of missiles that tears an entire column of tanks apart in seconds. It flies low, it moves fast, it's armored, and it carries a truly terrifying arsenal. For more than 4 decades, it has been the nightmare of every armored force on the ground. This is the AH-64 Apache attack helicopter. Let's find out why this machine earned its name as the legendary tank killer. The AH-64 Apache is the main attack helicopter of the U.S. Army and many allied nations. It has 2 seats arranged front and back, with the pilot flying the aircraft and the gunner sitting up front working the weapons. Powered by 2 mighty engines, the Apache is both agile and tough. Its entire design revolves around one single goal, and that is to hunt down tanks and provide fire support for the infantry. From its menacing shape, with weapon racks jutting out on both sides, the Apache radiates the threat of a true machine of war. The Apache's story begins in the Cold War, when the American military worried about the massive Soviet tank columns that could pour across Europe. They needed a helicopter that could destroy armor from a safe distance, day or night, in any weather. The Hughes Company, later part of Boeing, developed the Apache to meet that need. The helicopter first took flight in 1975 and officially entered service in 1986. From then on, it became the backbone of U.S. Army aviation. The Apache's most feared weapon is the Hellfire anti-tank missile. Each helicopter can carry up to 16 of these missiles, enough to wipe out an entire company of tanks in a single sortie. The Hellfire is precisely guided to its target and can punch through the thickest armor on modern tanks. The gunner simply locks onto the target and fires, and the missile flies itself to the mark. It's this ability to destroy tanks from several kilometers away that turned the Apache into the nightmare of every armored force on the battlefield. Beneath the Apache's nose sits a 30mm automatic cannon known as a chain gun. The remarkable part is that this cannon can swivel to follow the gunner's line of sight. Thanks to a sighting system built into the flight helmet, wherever the gunner looks, the barrel automatically turns that way. This allows blazing fast fire against sudden targets, like infantry or lightly armored vehicles. The cannon carries hundreds of rounds, enough to deliver overwhelming support for friendly troops. It's the ideal weapon for close-quarters situations on the ground. Beyond missiles and its cannon, the Apache also carries pods of unguided rockets called the Hydra 70. Each pod holds many 70mm rockets that can be fired in salvos to blanket a large area with fire. This weapon is highly effective against troop concentrations, unarmored vehicles, or ground fortifications. Today, some of these rockets are fitted with guidance kits for greater accuracy. The combination of precise missiles, a flexible cannon, and wide-area rockets lets the Apache handle almost any type of target. A major leap forward for the Apache is the version fitted with the Longbow radar, easy to spot thanks to the round dome mounted above the main rotor. This radar can scan and detect dozens of targets at once, even while the helicopter is hiding behind an obstacle. In just a few seconds, it can classify and prioritize dozens of vehicles across the battlefield. By placing the radar up high, the Apache can hide behind a hill or a tree line, poking only the radar up to observe while the aircraft body stays covered. This capability lets it strike first without ever being seen. One of the Apache's greatest advantages is its ability to fight in the dark. The helicopter is equipped with sophisticated infrared and electro-optical sensors that let the crew see through the pitch-black night as if it were day. Thermal imaging reveals every heat-emitting object, like a tank or a soldier, no matter how they try to hide. This capability lets the Apache dominate the night battlefield, the very hours when the enemy tends to let their guard down. Many of its strike missions are carried out at night, turning darkness into its most fearsome ally. Flying low over the battlefield means absorbing fire from the ground. That's why the Apache is designed to survive in the harshest environments. The cockpit is armored to protect both crew members from machine gun fire. Critical components are spread apart so that a single hit won't cripple the entire aircraft. Even the lower fuselage and the seats are designed to absorb impact in a crash, boosting the crew's chances of survival. This toughness lets the Apache keep fighting even after taking heavy damage. The Apache truly shone in the Gulf War of 1991. In the very first hours of the conflict, Apaches struck and destroyed Iraq's air defense radar systems, clearing the way for the Air Force to move in. Throughout the campaign, they destroyed hundreds of enemy tanks and armored vehicles. This staggering tank-killing effectiveness built the Apache's legendary reputation. From then on, it was regarded as one of the deadliest anti-armor weapons humanity has ever built. After the Gulf War, the Apache kept serving in conflicts all over the world. In Iraq and Afghanistan, its role gradually expanded from killing tanks to providing direct fire support for the infantry. Apaches often showed up to rescue ground units that were surrounded, using their cannon and rockets to drive back the enemy. Their presence in the sky lifted the spirits of the troops and struck fear into their foes. This versatility proved that the Apache isn't just a tank killer but also a reliable guardian for the infantry. Thanks to its booming reputation, the Apache has been ordered by many countries around the world. Britain, the Netherlands, Japan, Israel, India, and many others have brought this helicopter into service. Some nations have even been licensed to assemble the Apache within their own borders. To date, more than 2,500 Apaches have been built and served across every continent. This widespread popularity confirms its status as the gold standard of attack helicopters. Wherever there's an Apache, enemy armored forces have to watch their backs. There are many other attack helicopters in the world, like the Russian designs or the European models. Compared to them, the Apache is often rated highly for its perfect balance of firepower, modern sensors, and survivability. In particular, its Longbow radar and its night fighting ability remain among the best in the world. Its rich combat experience across many wars is something few rivals can match. It's this blend of technology and battlefield reality that has kept the Apache in the lead for decades. The Apache is constantly modernized to keep up with the times. The latest versions are fitted with more powerful engines, upgraded electronics, and more sophisticated sensors. One remarkable capability is that the helicopter can control and receive data from drones flying out ahead of it. This lets the Apache scout and strike targets from a greater distance without exposing itself to danger. Thanks to these continuous improvements, the legendary machine still keeps its edge on the modern battlefield. Looking ahead, the U.S. military is researching new generation helicopters that could one day supplement or replace the Apache. Yet with its steady stream of upgrades, the Apache is expected to keep serving until the middle of the century. Its role stays the same, and that is to destroy armor and support ground forces. In any conflict that calls for precise, mobile firepower, the Apache will still be a top choice. It remains a symbol of the power of Army aviation all over the world. The AH-64 Apache is not just a helicopter but the embodiment of raw power over the battlefield. With its fearsome arsenal, modern sensors, and enduring survivability, it has written a legendary name across a long list of wars. For nearly 4 decades, this tank-killing machine has kept every armored force in dread. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it to support us. See you in the next episodes where we'll explore even more astonishing pieces of military hardware.